This 2 here is called coefficient. Coefficient. This one here is called an exponent. And then this one is a base. That's an index. One index, two indices. And that's a base. A base and an exponent forms a power. Now, there are rules of indices. Rule 1, if I have x to the power b and a to the power 4, this is a b plus 4. This is a to the power b plus 4. Now look what has happened here. The bases are the same. Our base here is a, base there is a. We write only one base and we add the exponent. When we multiply powers that have the same base, we add the exponent. Two to the power 3 times 2 to the power 2. This gives you same base is 2, 3 plus 2. That gives you 2 to the power 5. Now law 2. If you have y to the power 6 divided by y to the power 2, this becomes y 6 2 and that will become y 6 minus 2 is a 4. Now, if you divide powers that have the same base, powers that have the same base, you subtract the exponents. So what do you have? And rule 3 is called the power law. If you have AB, AY to the exponent n, this is equal to A n y n. E.g., you have 2 a squared b minus 3 to the power of 4. This becomes 2 exponent 4 a 2 4 b 2 minus 3. Now look what happens here. And then that will give you 2 power of 4 a exponent 8 b minus 6. So what actually means that the exponent outside the bracket multiplies each and every exponent. Don't forget that this is 2 to the power 1. Let's go and have a look at another rule. Another rule says same power law is a over b to the power of m. This is a b power of m. Say e.g. here. And then let's say x squared y cubed all to the power of 4. This will give us x 8 y 12, because the 4 has multiplied with the 2 here, and the 4 has multiplied with the 3 here. 4 times 2 times 4 is 8, and 3 times 4 is 12. Now, in a similar fashion, you have to understand that A and B are positive. Now, if you have any number, A to the power 0 is equal to 1. Even you have 2 to the power 0 is equal to 1. This is a million. A million to the exponent 0 is equal to 1. Any number to exponent 0 is equal to 1. Any number to exponent 0 is equal to 1. So let's simplify this as far as possible. I have 8 to the exponent -2 over 3. And then here I have 3 y exponent 4 over 3 all to the power of 4. Let's start with our a here. This is the same as 2 to the power 3, which is 8. And then my exponent, I can write my exponent out there as -2 over 3. And that will give me 2. The 3 will cancel with the 3 here. That will be -2. This can be written as 1 into 2 to the power of 2. Note, when you take a power below the sign, the division line, the sign changes from positive to negative. That's what we have here. And then this is the same as 1/4. Let's have a look at number B there. Number B there will give us 3 to the power of 4 y 4/3 times 4, because we have exponent 1 here. So it's 1 times, we had an exponent of 1 here. 1 times 4 is a 4. 4/3 times 4. That will give us 81 y 16/3. That's what you get there. And then let's look at this one here. Number C here. A exponent 1.5. B exponent 3/4. All to the power of 16 there. Now this will be A 3/2 multiplied by 16, and then here will be 3/4 multiplied by 16. This exponent here multiplies each and every exponent inside the bracket. That exponent multiplies every exponent inside the bracket. 2 here was 2 here 8 times. 3 times 8. 4 here once, 4 here 4 times. That gives us A 8 times 3 is 24. B 12. This can further be simplified as A squared B outside here is 12. Because B times 1 is 1 times 12 is 12, and 12 times 2 is 24. We took the common factor within there, and that is, yes. Let's go to the next one. And the next one is 3a -2 as an exponent, b 15, c -5 over a -4 b cubed c all to the power of -5/2. Now the bottom one, this is -2, b 15, c -5, And then that's going to be a minus 4 multiplied by negative 5 over 2 b cubed c, we multiply by the exponent, and then this is 1 here, multiply by 5 over 2, and that gives us 3 a b 15 c negative 5 here, 2 here once, 2 here twice. This is going to be a negative multiplied by negative is positive. 2 times 5 is 10, or 4 times 5 is 20. 20 divided by 2 gives us 10. We come here, 5 times 3 is 15, negative 15 over 2, and c minus 5 over 2. Now, we use the second law of division. A cubed divided by a to the power of 10. If we divide, we subtract, it's going to be a minus 2 minus 10. Remember, a squared divided by a to the power 10. The bases are the same. We write one base and we subtract the exponents. We subtract the exponents. So we come to b, it's going to be b 15 minus negative 15 over 2. And then go to c, negative 5 minus negative 5 over 2. Don't forget that we subtract the exponents. Now, that becomes simply 3 a negative 12. The signs are the same, we add. And this is going to be a plus. It's going to be b 15 negative multiplied by negative is positive. C minus 5 plus negative multiplied by negative is positive. From there, we can do our addition of fractions. This will be 3 a negative 12 here, 15 over 1 plus 15 over 2. I can multiply here by 1. 2 over 2 same as 1, but 2 times 15 is 30. 2 times 1 is 2. So I'll have 30 divided by 2, which we agree the same as 15, plus 15 over 2. I do this so that I have the same denominator. So I can add only 1. It's going to be 30 plus 15. That gives us 45 over 2. So it's going to be B 45 over 2, C 5, negative 5 plus 2.5. We subtract, the answer is going to be negative 5 over 2. Now this, sometimes the examiner can say, write that as positive exponents, and you'll do this. You have C exponent negative 5 over 2. So if you change that, you have C negative 5 over 2. This can be written as 1 into C exponent 5 over 2. So if they said, right, this is a positive exponent, it's going to be 3. A negative 12 goes down because it's negative. It must, if you are asked to express that as positive exponent, A will go down here and become positive. C will come down here and become positive. B will remain there as 45 over 2. And then let's look at let's look at the surds. Let's look at the surds. Now, if I write that, these are called the surds. So let's say I have 72. 72 is the same as 9 times 8. This can be written as square root of 9 multiplied by square root of 8. This square root of 9 is 3 multiplied by square root of 8. Now, square root of 8, you can take this further. This is 3. Square root of 8 is 4 times 2. This is 3 times the square root of 4 times the square root of 2. That will be 3. The square root of 4 is a 2 times the square root of 2. This gives us 6, the square root of 2. Look at another one. Where we simplify the root of 45 plus the root of 80. This is 9 times 5, and that's 16 times 5. Now this is the root of 9 times the root of 16, the root of 5. The root of 9 is 3. The root of 16 is 4. Now you have 3. Root of 5 plus 4. Root of 5. 3 root of 5 and 4 root of 5. That makes up 7 root of 5. Now, we are going to take it further, where you have 16 divided by the root of 20 divided by the root of 12. This is 16. The root of 20 is 4 times 5. Divided by 4 times 3. This is 16. That is going to be 2 the root of 5 divided by 2 the root of 3. That becomes 16 over 1 divided by 2 will drop. The root of 5 over the root of 3. Mathematically, that becomes 16 over 1 multiplied by root 3 over the root of 5, and that becomes 16 root 3 over the root of 5. Mind you, the root of 3 divided by the root of 5 can be written as 3 over 5, just as the root of 3 times the root of 5 can be written as 3 times 5, which is equal to the root of 15. We're going to have a look at 2 last more. The last one will be 98 x to the power 6 plus, what's the root of that, plus 128 x to the power of 6. Now, 98 divided by 2, this is 4, carry 1 is 49. So this is 49 times 2 times x to the power of 6 plus 128 divided by 4 3 and 4 into 8 2 times. So that can be 32 times 4 or 64 times 2. I'm going to take 64 multiplied by 2 x to the power of 6. If I distribute that, that becomes the square root of 49 multiplied by the square root of 2 multiplied by the square root of x to the power of 6 plus the square root of 64 square root of 2 square root of x to the power of 6. The square root of 49 is 7. Root 2 is root 2. The square root of x to the power 6 is x to the power of 3. The square root of 64 is 8. Root 2 x to the power of 3. Now I see that I have like terms here. So this will become 7 plus 8 is 15 into root 2 x to the power of 3. That will become the answer. But you have sometimes you have questions like the square root of 5 plus 2 over square root of 5, and you are asked to rationalize. You are asked to rationalize the denominator. So this will become square root of 5 plus 2 over the square root of 5. Here I multiply by 1. Look at my fancy one. It's controlled by what I have as my denominator there. Now, if I multiply the denominator, square root of 5 multiplied by square root of 5 is 5. How? If I have the square root of x, if I remove the radical sign, that becomes x exponent half. So if I have a square root of x multiplied by square root of x, which is square root of x squared, this becomes x exponent half multiplied by x exponent half. We go to our basic rule of exponent. When we multiply powers that have the same base, we write only one base and we add the exponent. Half plus half will give you a 1. So the root of x multiplied by the root of x is x. So the root of 5 multiplied by the root of 5 is 5. Now this multiplied by that is going to be 2 root 5. Root 5 times root 5 is going to be 5. So basically, your answer is going to be 5 plus 2 root 5 over 5. Let's do another one on rationalization. And this one will be y minus 4 into the root of y plus 2. This will be y minus 4 into the root of y plus 2. If I multiply by 1, it's going to be y plus a 2, the root of y plus a 2. This is a 1. And then on the bottom here, it's like I have a squared minus b squared. The difference of two squares is a minus b into a plus b. So on the bottom, I have difference of two squares going to be the root of y squared minus 2 squared. On top here, y times y, the root of y is going to y, the root of y times 2 is going to be plus 2y. 4 times there is going to be minus 4, the root of y, and minus 8. Like terms, it's nothing similar here. Nothing similar here. Here you can say y, the root of y, 4, the root of y plus 2y minus 8. On the bottom here is going to be y minus 4. Now, we can take a common factor there. It's the root of y. When the y minus 4. Common factor here is a 2. Y minus 4 into y minus 4. That will become, this is the same as that. You take only 1 minus 4 into what remains outside here, the root of y, and remains here 2 divided by y minus 4, and this will experience a droppation that will fall out, and your answer becomes the root of y plus 2. I think that's enough for today. We'll look into the lesson B, where we take more exercises based on this. Hope you understand and wish you well.